Yeah, it's a P-51D. It's not an original airplane. It was put together, I think, in the 80s, like many of these Mustangs are. When I bought this plane, it was, like I said, it was in a landing accident, and the right gear had broken forward. The entire plane went to Midwest Aero Restorations in Danville, Illinois. And the engine went off to be overhauled, and the wings went to Odegaard in North Dakota. And I bought 4 brand new paddle blades. Actually got them out of Czechoslovakia. It's like the only place that has the license to make Hamilton standard paddle blades. The paint scheme came from, I always liked the 78th Fighter Group paint scheme. Loved the name. I saw a picture of the gentleman that flew this airplane. His name was Clark Clemons, and he had passed away, and I tracked his son down to find him to get permission to name the plane the Francis Dell, and he said, "Yeah, sure." Subsequently, his nephew lived very close to me, and he had brought over boxes of memorabilia, and actually Clark Clemons, his actual wings are in the back seat of the plane. Actually, a neighbor that lives in my neighborhood that I've known for 10 years. It was just a part of a chance conversation about aviation, and he said his father flew Mustangs in World War II. And it was right before Thanksgiving, and he was in town, and so he came over to the hangar and just kind of reminiscing about back in the war. And afterwards, I asked him if he'd sign the cargo door, and I thought he would just sign it. And in typical humble fashion of that era, he signed the top of the door, and he said, "I want to leave room for anybody else that might want to sign it." But my criteria was you had to fly a fighter in World War II. Obviously, a cool thing to have that kind of memorabilia as part of the airplane. The people that I've met, I don't think I would not have met under normal circumstances. Really kind of had run the gamut of military ranks that have been passengers, to astronauts, to some guy that's making model airplanes still as an adult. I rarely fly it alone, actually. Today was kind of an exception, because it's one of those things. It's like, wow, it's such a great experience. I'm glad I got to share it with myself. That's not as much fun as somebody that their eyes are always real wide when they show up, but it's a lot of fun to fly.